I love that. So, the personalities. The next thing is going to be the 530 grid. Okay? This is the system and the pattern by which we can actually, once we figured out the personality, is to know what we do with them. What do we do with them? And who's doing the 530 grid? Excellent. Steve, come on up. 530 grid. He's going to help us understand how the 530 grid is going to take us from prospecting to clients a lot faster and making money. Go.
Okay. When I first looked at the 530 grid, I thought, wow, that's a lot of stuff to process. But someone said, just focus on the first 6, the golden triangle, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on there. And there's actually a website that you can have. If you're having trouble with pulling up certain things on your smartphone, if you download a Puffin browser, it will allow you to pull these up. And so I have the 530 grid is a tab that's always up on my phone, so wherever I'm at, I can go in there and look at that.
And if you don't have that right away, check out 11. You're going to look at number 11, box 11. Everybody have this? Box 11. Okay?
Okay?
And then you're going to tell us how to get that app?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if it's for iPhones, but for Androids, you just look up Puffin browser, and that allows you to really work with Adobe features real well. But in this, the golden triangle, as I'm beginning to understand it more, is helping me to focus on specific steps I need to take in making money faster. My wife is my business partner. She is a driver, a strong driver, and I am not a strong driver. And so as we work together, we're looking at even the leads that we want to target, people that we want to target. That's right there. Mark's got his laser gun there going. And so we talk about which one of us is the best suited to talk to that group of people so that we're more comfortable with that. Now, I like what Mark shared in that it's good to know how to identify the personality type of the person you're talking to, because we're both going to get caught up in situations where someone has a personality type that is not our dominant personality type, and we need to learn to mirror them. We need to become that quad polar so we can speak their language. And so as we're doing that, then we are actually creating multiple messages for different people. Because I can't speak to a driver the way I would speak to an amiable. And we have to keep in mind that other people are quad polar as well, and they might answer the phone or engage in a conversation as a expressive. And then they realize, oh, I need to think about this, and they shift into their analytical mode. So our messages have to be, we have to know them well enough so that it's like, oh, you're shifting gears here. Let me bring out this script. Let me bring out this presentation, because this addresses the way that your radio frequency has shifted from driver or from expressive to analytical. So I'm going to shift my broadcast frequency from the driver to the analytical so that you're receiving what I'm wanting to get. And so those two steps there really involve the science of personality masteries. But then to implement it into business, by doing this, it allows us to actually create a lead. Because I talk to a lot of people, but they're not always a lead. They're just a contact. And so I want to get them into my lead bucket or my lead database as quickly as possible. And then once I have them into my lead database, wow, now I need to really ask those key questions. And the number 4, just the way it is worded here, speaks directly to how we need to talk to our leads. we need to ask questions, because then we find out what they're wanting to accomplish, what their goals are, and then we bring in our message is also going to translate into the things that they're important to them. And then also this tracking 100% of leads. I'll be honest, I am still working on this. I have to build a system, a boss, that allows me to plug people in and track them. I don't know about anyone else, but that is probably one of my biggest challenges, is to stay. I see some hands back there. Yeah, I'm not the only one. And but I need to be able to track them so that I can service them the way that they need to be serviced. If I can help them, then I need to be able to get the information to them that's important to them. Then moving on to implementing a 10+ strategic strike. One of the good things about this app is that you can also click on the box that you want to look at, and there's some more information. It just takes you right over there to that. And it's a way to have all this information right there with you. So if you're standing in line at the grocery store and there's 5 people ahead of you, you can begin to identify targets and start talking to people. Or if it's not conducive to do that, you can pick out your phone and begin to think about the leads that you've been working with and how am I going to communicate with them better. It's not those little flyers, those gossip column things at the register, the checkout lines. They're not going to make you money, but doing this will help you make money. And then getting them into the grouping the people in the messages, creating a system. And the beautiful thing about this is that as we bring people into our business and we lead them through this process, we're actually beginning to train them so they can begin to do the same thing to be successful in what they're doing. Even if we bring in a client and they're not going to be doing what we're doing, we can bring more value to them than just the service that we provide. We can actually help them in what they're doing in life. And this can apply to parenting. It's actually helping my wife and I in marriage because we're communicating better together. So it actually applies to a lot of areas of our life.
How do we get the app?
App, go
How's it
to
spelled?
Puffin. Puffin.
So all
Yeah.
that is a browser. that
It's a
lets
browser?
you- Yeah.
Yeah, it's a browser. It's probably good for computers also, but it's because...
Browser in what format?
Both Android and iPhone use it.
Okay.
Is it
Yeah.
in both?
Yeah,
Cool.
both.
Yeah.
And it'll help
And
you do
then,
that.
and then you can download
Yeah.
internet situations.
Good deal.
Information.
Good job. 530. So the 530 grid can be applied to anything.
Yes.
So if it's somebody that wants to make money in anything, they can apply this. If somebody has a non-for-profit organization, it's still going to help them make a profitable organization.
It would either make money or accomplish their goals.
Okay? Could you teach this to a client?
Sure could.
Do you think a prospect could be converted to a client faster if you could help them make more money too?
Yes. We're actually in the process of working with a Rotary Club in our hometown to bring this information to them so we can present this at a Rotary meeting for the business owners there. And we're also talking to the chamber so we can go in and just share this with their people in ways to help them out.
Excellent. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. If you have any questions, again, text 630-649-4059, and you can go to www.DNA for Success and help you get a little more information here that you need to.